Welcome back to CWC Top Plays. This month, we've managed to assemble a collection of 7 plays that, hopefully, all members of the OSRS community can enjoy. Without further ado, let's get started. Starting off with number 7, we have Zedzimz maging in a 4v4. Zedd lands the cast on his flag past his bridge. The scoring team passes as Zedd blows 2 Cades to get through. Zedd follows under as his teammates stay up. Zedd casts a Cade but manages to path around just in time to collapse his flag, which saves it to maintain the shutout. Thanks for sharing this one. In the number 6 position is Tank. PK defending in a 3v3. Tank is watching under as his flag comes down ground. His flag heads out small doors to mid. His mage lands the freeze off their catapult. Tank deals damage while staying ahead. As his flag begins to move, Tank cades and tenders bridge, which allows his mage to land another freeze. Tank continues to cade and tender, despite being pitted by the scorer. His flag is frozen again, and Tank begins to tender the other scorers out behind. Tank continues to cade and tender both lanes, with all of the scorers moving. And his flag is refrozen. Tank knows the pass is coming and is able to right-click, crossbow, delay it for the safe. Thanks for the submission. At number 5, we have Andi offensive maging in a 6v6. It is first rush. Andi is barraging the Cades on spawn to kill them faster. He freezes the defense mage, getting a splash himself, hugging the wall to avoid getting casted again. His scorer spears the mage and Andi clears a Cade, allowing them both to get to third stairs. However, they are frozen up. His other scorer brings the flag down third and is frozen. Andi spears and freezes the mage up third stairs as his scorers pass and they are down spawn. They are being delayed on spawn by the PK, who has the ZGS ready. Andi's scorer buckets and blows straight as Andi readies his Hosta to spear the PK, allowing his scorer and him down ground without being ZGS'd. His scorer heads out big doors toward mid as Andi splashes on the mage across the wall. Andi freezes the PK and mage behind it bridge. His scorer is able to score straight mid. Meanwhile, Andi's own flag has been frozen at middle, with 4 of the Saradomin team there. Andi assists by clearing out the Saradomin team. His own scorer gets their flag as the other team tries to pass. Both Saradomin mages are killed. Andi's ahead mage spears the remaining scorer away from the Zamorak flag, and their PK is able to grab it and run it to South Rocks for the safe. Andi and his ahead mage continue to camp mid until Andi dies. Andi's team is in a solid position after this first rush, securing both the score and safe. Thanks for streaming this. Number 4, we have Slayer 25250 maging in an 11v11. Slayer is stalking in his supply as his flag heads down ground. He lands the freeze through long alley as his flag tries for big doors. Slayer's defenders watch the pass as he is speared away, safing their flag. Slayer leaves his base to assist the scorer. Up Saradomin supply, Slayer tries to freeze the defense on ground, which is where the flag is located. Slayer splashes 5 times on a mage's robes and is frozen in supply. His scorer is moving with the flag, heading through supply and out long alley as Slayer finally manages to freeze the mage in supply. Slayer freezes another mage on ground, however his flag is frozen outside big doors. Slayer spears the mage onto a bad square, blocked by the crates. Slayer refreezes another mage heading out big doors, and then the other mage again. Slayer switches his attention to defending his own flag. His team is able to save their flag in the tunnel just as Slayer appears. Slayer follows the action, and both his score and safe are secured. He heads back out to assist the rebound. He splashes multiple times on a chasing mage as his score heads towards South Rocks, which allows the mage to freeze Slayer's score on the stones. Slayer has frozen the mage and begins spearing them back twice, which puts his score out of range. Unfrozen early, his score is able to make it off the stones, running toward their big doors, as their score spears and cades out a mage, allowing Slayer to land a long freeze across the river. Slayer continues to camp a mage at mid. Slayer tries to defend his flag, which is scoring North Rocks, but is killed, with 4 of the Saradomin team there. As he dies, his own team is able to secure the score. Immediately speaking, Slayer's team has pulled ahead 3-1 from a previous 1-1 tie. With less than 6 minutes remaining, that puts his team in a good position. Thanks for maintaining the legacy of fixed screen CW. At number 3, we have Mr. Teel, 3rd floor maging in a 6v6. Teel's flag is moving toward ground. He goes up spawn, casting, but splashes on his flag. He is speared up, right-clicking a cade to get down himself. His flag is heading out small doors. Teel opens and casts, but splashes. Meanwhile, his own score is bringing the Saradomin flag through. Teel is speared by a PK, but freezes them. Teel lands the cast on his flag on rocks. The score is low and opts to just save the Zamorak flag on rocks. The opposing team rebounds it, and Teel and his mage are frozen at the Saradomin bridge. Zamorak flag is heading mid. Teel lands the only cast before it makes it under. He and his teammates drop their flag. One mage is speared on the drop, and Teel is able to grab his flag. However, he is quickly killed. His teammates manage to get it back afterward, and Teel casts at his bridge as his teammate runs it to South Rocks for the safe. Meanwhile, his scores are moving under mid with the Saradomin flag, as Teel's team kills a mage up. This puts them in a decent position to potentially get the score, giving Teel's team a comfortable lead. Thanks for the submission. Number 2, we have Hero scoring in a 5v5. The timer is under 2 minutes, and the score is tied 2-2. Hero heads up spawn as his score is coming down, bucketing and blowing wide, spearing and right-click blowing a PK to get the pass and is down ground. CGS'd. Hero waits down. Moving, Hero's score spears a mage back as Hero heads toward under, cading short alley and blowing 2 cades to get there. Hero sees the opposing team ahead at South Tunnel and decides to run back to supply. With less than a minute now, Hero runs out big doors toward mid. Hero makes the bold decision to head all the way under with opposing mages ahead of mid. He has to go stairs and is speared once. The opposing scorer is ahead but has no cades or spec, and Hero is able to score before the game ends, which means his team has won 3-2. Thanks for sharing. In the number 1 spot this month, we have Amar, 3rd floor maging in a 5v5. Amar is helping get the score in the Saradomin base, as his team is losing 1-3. Amar spears a PK on spawn as his score heads down ground, heading to big doors. Getting a splash, Amar freezes the mage ahead as his other scorer spears. They cade and tender the mage forward, allowing their score to push through bridge without being casted. Amar's teammate is likely able to call that their own flag is being pushed towards South Rocks. Amar is able to make it there, with his PK behind, who is redemptioning to stay alive. Amar lands the freeze on the last stone. He heals his PK, who is nearly dead from the chasing opposing PK. They continue to attack their flag. Amar's PK sets a cade under as Amar times his spear perfectly, allowing Amar to refreeze his flag on the same stone. He and his PK deal the final hits to kill their flag, safing it on the stones. Amar heads mid, knowing his flag will be rebounded. He checks outside his base, deducing that it is likely heading under. Under mid, he sees it running south tunnel. Amar is there just in time to land a freeze inside the tunnel, immediately collapsing it to save his flag. This sequence of actions has set Amar's team up to make a comeback. Thanks for the submission. Hopefully you all enjoy this installment of CWC Top Plays. Stay tuned for more, and please let us know what you liked and what could be improved on for future months. Check out the description for more information on the community and submitters. Thank you all for watching.